everyone, hope you're all okay. So as promised, as I've been mentioning for a couple of weeks now, I was planning on doing a different video. It's something that I've had to wait until I'm sort of settled in my mum's for me to be able to sit down and do it properly. And it was really a video that I wanted to take some time and really get sort of a selection of questions from you and an opportunity for me to go into some detail with certain things for you. I get a lot of comments on Instagram and on YouTube as well, so it's a good opportunity for me to sort of sit down and answer them all for you, all in one place. And I'm hoping that this will end up being quite a helpful in some way, sort of a helpful video. So yeah, bear with me because I've got sort of a notebook in front of me with all your comments from YouTube and Instagram, so I'm going to be looking down a lot, and I've got a few bits and bobs to show you. So yeah, I'm going to be a little bit like here, there and everywhere because I've got a few bits and bobs on my phone to show you as well. I will be trying to sort of edit this as much as I can, so there's sort of links and pictures and things if possible. So fingers crossed this goes to plan and this ends up being quite a handy video. So yeah, what I'm going to do, because I've collated all of your YouTube comments, so everyone that commented on my video, and I've also collated all of the Instagram comments, so everyone that left sort of messages and comments for me on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the Instagram comments first, purely because there were sort of repeated questions. So if I kind of do that first, then I feel like I'm being a bit more organised. So I hope you don't mind me mentioning all your names, but I'm going to do that anyway. I haven't even thought about half of these questions, even though you've left me them, so bear with me if I sort of lose my mind for a few minutes and have to actually think about this. So the most popular question, which a few of you have asked me on Instagram, so Claire Slimming World 890, Beth Parky 24, and Kaz SW as well, you've all basically asked me, how do I stay motivated? Personally, I have found documenting everything on Instagram and YouTube very motivating for me, because I've sort of had people come along on my journey with me. Every single week makes a difference, and I have every week I'm nervous before weigh-in, and every weigh-in I report straight back to everyone and tell them how I've done, and the focus is straight away put onto the next week. So I haven't had time to sort of sit around and not be motivated. That the support that I've had has definitely given me that push, and I would say that people surround sort of the support you have around you definitely makes a difference. A couple of the comments that you left sort of with these questions were, what have you found works best for you to lose weight each week? For example, minimising your carbs. How do you have so much restraint even at the most tempting of times? Again, do you sort of, how do you stay motivated and sort of stick to the plan? The plan that I'm on, Slimming World, I think gives you the opportunity to be lenient, to treat yourself and still remain in control. So I don't find it hard to sort of have tempting times, because if there's something that I'm tempted by, I can have it really. It's just learning how to have things in moderation. So I don't feel like I go without anything at all. So that's sort of how I manage to do it, I would say. One thing I would say is important, I think, to keep you motivated is to have things visually that can sort of remind you of how far you've come and how far away you are from your goal. So I have shown you these before, but this is definitely something that I would recommend doing, especially if you're in the beginning of your journey. So I made these jars. So one's got the pounds to lose and one's got the pounds lost. When I started, obviously, there was all of them in one and one in the other, and now this is my pounds lost and that's my pounds to lose. So that for me is a massive visual, because I can see how many are in there, and compared to how many are in there, it's like, God, I'm not that far away at all. That's so motivating for me. And that's definitely something I'd recommend doing. I just got these jars from TK Maxx, filled them with stones, and it's amazing how much of a difference that can make. I would also say, to keep yourself motivated, have your certificates on show. Remind yourself every day of how well that you've done and how far that you've come. It's so important to, I think, recognise how well that you've done. So have your certificates on show 110%. One thing I would also maybe suggest, also something that I've mentioned before, is having rewards for yourself along the way. So I've spoken about it before, but I have target treats. So given the past couple of months I've been crap and I haven't got my 6 stone or my 8 stone present to myself, but I am getting them this month. For every 2 stone that I lose, I have a target treat. So every 2 stone I have a certain present to myself. So when I hit my 2 stone award, I could spend £20 at Lush. No, I could spend £20 on Yankee candles. When I hit 4 stone, I was allowed £40 at Lush. 6 stone was £60 on MAC. And my 8 stone is perfume, shoes and handbags with an £80 budget. 10 stone is a spa day, and 12 stone is my target, which is a holiday and a whole new wardrobe. So that will not have a budget, unfortunately, because that's going to be an expensive job. But yeah, it doesn't have to be that extravagant, doesn't have to be that high a budget. It could be, some people like to do Pandora charms when they hit a certain amount, or when they hit their target, something like that. I think it's really important to reward yourself. I think the certificates obviously remind you as you're going along how well you're doing and achieving sort of after every half a stone. But I think it's nice to do something for yourself. So if there's something that you really want, don't get it, save it, and use it as a reward. I think a lot of people are quick to reward themselves with food if they've done well. Like, oh yeah, I've had a really good week, so I'm going to treat myself to a KFC or whatever. Each to their own. I'm not preaching at all that you shouldn't do that, but I think, why not? I think that defeats the object, really. If you've done really, really well, reward yourself with something that's meaningful and something that's going to last more than 20 minutes and is going to end up down the toilet, basically. That's disgusting, but you know what I mean. Reward yourself with something nice, and it gives you that motivation to keep going, because you know that there's like, oh, I've got £60 spent at Max, so I'm going to kick some ass this month. I definitely think it makes a difference. So reward yourself with something nice is another thing that I would say to keep yourself motivated. I'm sorry that that question has taken so long, so let's get to it. Rest of the comments. Right, this is Instagram. So Chocky Chew said, if you divide up your total weight loss since the week you started, what's the average weekly loss? So another recommendation I have is to use this app that is called Monitor Your Weight. That's it, Monitor Your Weight. It looks like this. So it sort of gives you all the information about how much you've lost, your start weights, and your cut, and sort of how far away you are from your target, your BMI. And if you see there, it says average weekly loss, £2.5. So I've been on Slimming World for 11 months-ish, and I have an average weekly loss of £2.5 and a total weight loss of 8 stone, £3.5. So it sounds like a lot, but it's only an average loss of £2.5 a week, which isn't anything extravagant. It's nothing sort of dangerous, or not dangerous, but it's nothing drastic. So yeah, if you're losing sort of a couple of pound a week, don't be disheartened, because I've been doing Slimming World for less than a year and I've lost 8 stone. So why can't you do it? An average loss of £2.5 a week isn't a lot at all. So if I can do it, so can you. Sophie84 says, how many clothes size have you gone down? Have you exercised whilst losing? Do you feel so much better now? Or like some people, when you look in the mirror, do you feel like the old you? I've dropped, I was about, at my biggest I was a 26 to 28. So let's say 26. So I've gone 24, 22, 20, 18. I'm currently a 16 to 14. So sort of 6, 7-ish dress sizes. God. I haven't exercised at all while I've been losing weight, and Yes, I do feel better. I definitely do feel better, but I really struggle to see it. I look at my body every single day and I can't see it. It's only when I put on clothes that I used to wear and I'm like, Jesus, I remember how this felt and it's like a bloody tent on me now. That's really weird. When you're used to things being so sort of tight and then you put them on and you literally can't wear them because they're so big, that's a really strange feeling. And when I compare photos and put sort of two photos together, I can definitely see it in photos. But looking at myself every day, honestly, couldn't tell you a difference at all. It is really, really weird. I definitely think that you have sort of a mental block, and you get so used to the way that you are that you forget what you've actually done. So yeah. um SWB says, what is your height? I am 5'8". So yeah, quite tall. We've already had that question. Jade loses LBs says, what is your favourite Slimming World meal? My favourite Slimming World meal is probably Diet Coke chicken. I absolutely love that. I think it's just amazing how Diet Coke can make such a yummy sauce. So yeah, that, and I don't know. We're just going to go with Diet Coke chicken. Yeah, we'll go with that. Shocking Pink says, do you exercise? If so, what do you do? I don't exercise, so I can't tell you what I do. J Pownell X, which is my little sister, hello Jodie, says, when am I going to be able to see you? The answer to that is very, very soon, and I can promise you that, and I'm videoing this, so you can hold me to it. And then she also said, what are some healthy snacks you have when you just want to snack on food? So I've got a little selection here of things to show you. So the obvious, prepared fruit. So this is just sort of apples, strawberries, grapes. Pick these up in Asda for a couple of quid. And that's getting your fruit in, and they're sort of all prepared for you. You don't have to do any of the chopping. And yeah, that's such an easy snack. I also have things like couscous. So this is something I get from Aldi. It's a couple of sins and it's quick and easy. It's not necessarily a snack, but it's something that I have for lunch. The same as things like these bachelors, pastas and sauces, rices. They also do noodles. Sort of mainly I would have these as part of a meal, but you can also have these as a snack. I have had these sometimes when I'm really, really hungry in between meals, so they're also really good. Yogurts, I have yogurts quite a lot, and hi-fi bars. So these are sort of Alpens, things like that, the things that you can get in group. They give you a sweet fix, and these are sort of part of your healthy extra these things. If you're not familiar with Slimming World, then you won't understand what I mean, but it's something that we can have every day, sort of our fibre allowance. So yeah, these are really yummy, so I have these quite a lot, and yogurt. So yeah, just fruit. I can have, obviously you can have so much on Slimming World, like I have mini baby bells, cheese strings, mug shots, mini bags of popcorn that are a couple of sins. I tend to use my sins on lots of things with a small sin value, and that way I'm sort of getting a lot out of it. So yeah, I snack on things like that. Natalie XO Slimming World OX says, do you have loose skin from losing so much weight? Now this is a horrible question, but yeah, I do. I don't know if I can sort of show you, but on my arms, yeah, you can really see that. Definitely on my stomach, and on my legs, at the sort of top of my legs, and starting to see it as well. It's not something that can't be improved, so I'm not letting it upset me. And people say, oh, I'm worried about losing so much weight because I'm worried about excess skin and stuff like that. I was like that, and now I think about it, I would rather have a little bit of extra skin than look the way I did before. 110%. You can sort of tone it and you can work on it, so don't ever let that sort of deter you from wanting to lose the weight. Lisa SW Girl Aboard says, do you stick to a particular plan like extra easy, or do you mix it up with green, red, etc. Slimming World terms? I stick to extra easy, have never done anything different. Slimming World Slimmer says, on average, how many sins will you use a day and what on? Do you find too many carbs affect your loss? Now, a few people have left the carbs comment in your question. No, I eat carbs till cows come home. I love carbs. And yeah, that's probably a bad thing, but I love potatoes, I love pasta, I love rice. And I will eat them, and I will eat them every single day, and it hasn't affected my weight loss at all. In terms of sins, when I first started, I would have, if any, a maximum of 5 a day. I would have 0 to 5 sins for a couple of months, I would say. Now I'd never have 15 a day. Very, very, very rarely. If I have sins, I would say anything from nothing, a couple of sins to 10 maximum, a maximum of 10 a day, I would say, unless I plan on going on a night out. And that's exactly why I don't use them every day, because if I have an unexpected meal or an unexpected drink with a friend, I can have a glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine and not feel bad about it. So that's why I tend to keep my sins low. I don't feel, with sins as well, I feel like I don't need to use them. I enjoy free food and I enjoy super free food. Sins for me are a treat, and they're not something that I have to have. So, this is it. 2014 says, what do you do for work? I work in a call centre and I work in customer services. So, yeah. Slim Lizzie Schnizzle says, do you have a cheat meal after weigh-in? Never. Never, never, never. And I never intend to, because it still counts and I don't see the point. So that's it for your Instagram comments. This video is so long, I'm going to try and speed it up now. So Rebecca Fraser Ellis says, did you like healthy food before Slimming World? How did you change your ways? I did like healthy food. I did like fruit and veg. I wouldn't say I ate a lot of it, but I liked it. I would definitely say that I've broadened my horizons since starting Slimming World. I used to hate tomatoes. What else did I hate? I wouldn't try things like courgettes and aubergines, and I would never buy things like baby corn and snap peas in my shopping. Like, I just wouldn't, I wasn't very exciting, to be honest. So I've just adapted, and I used to hate raspberries, I used to hate melon. Literally, the stuff made me feel sick, and now I eat it like it's second nature. And I've just taught myself to enjoy things, and I definitely think my taste buds have changed. I enjoy things that I didn't enjoy before. So yeah, I've just been strict with myself and sort of tried to cook things different ways and sort of season things differently, and I've just learned to enjoy them. Jean Ridgway says, do you follow Extra Easy red or green or a mix? I've already said, but yeah, I just follow Extra Easy. Leslie Clark, who is someone from Instagram, hi Leslie, says, do you plan meals in advance and how far in advance? I've never planned my meals. I'm way too unorganised for that, as you probably know, because my videos are never when I say they're going to be. But yeah, I've never planned my meals. I just know what I can have, and I try my best to make good choices. That's it, really. Sophie Gordon says, do you exercise? Not currently, but on Monday I am joining the gym to tone this business up. So yeah, watch this space. Leanne Welsh, what made you choose Slimming World over something like Weight Watchers? There's no particular reason. I'd just heard good things about Slimming World. It was one of them names that had been sort of in my ear. There was a girl at work, one of my friends at work, that had been doing Slimming World, and she'd been doing really well. A couple of family members had been to it, and they'd said it was really good. And all the success stories that I was seeing in the paper of people that had lost so much weight, they were all Slimming World members. And I sat one day and I went onto YouTube when I was having my little moment looking for people that had lost a lot of weight. That's where I found Elaine 12 Jones and Steph Connolly, a few other people that had Slimming World related videos, and I was finding all the Slimming World success stories that Slimming World had posted, and that just gave me the push. I was like, these people have done it, so I'm going to do it. So yeah, that's that. Liz Gerdes, I'm really sorry, I don't know. How much more weight do you aim to lose? So I have 4 stone and 4 pounds left to take me to my target weight of 11 stone, which is healthy for my 5'8" height. Laura Ashmore, how do you control cravings during Star Week? I have things like Options hot chocolates, mini Malteser bunnies, Muller Lights, my hi-fi bars. I just have chocolate within my sins, basically. I eat a lot on Star Week. I just have the munchies, but I just eat stuff that I know I can have. Nikki Roller Cola would like to see before or after pics, so I will put them in at the end of the video for you. Katie Binks from Instagram, hello Katie, says, do you do any forward planning for events, birthdays, etc.? Do you let yourself have slips and get back on it, or do you just stick to the plan without thinking because you know it so well? I don't plan at all. If I know that I've got an event coming up, I will stay sin free and remain sin free after that for the week. So I will just, if I want to have a, like for example my birthday, I had a good drink, but I just stayed sin free for the rest of the week. I don't really have slips, but if I know that I've been a bit naughty, I just try my best to have a more super free. I make speed soup, and just make sure I cut out sins completely to make up for it. So I think the point of Slimming World is that you can have things and you don't have to deprive yourself, but you learn that things have a certain sin value, so you know how bad they are. So if you've had something that's quite naughty, you know then that for the rest of the week you've got to be very, very good. So you can treat yourself, you've just got to have it in moderation, and you've got to limit yourself after that. If you've gone and had a burger and chips, you can't then decide to have your 15 sins every day afterwards. So yeah, I don't really plan at all. I'm very conscious of what I have, and make sure that if I do have anything bad, I behave afterwards. Gabriella Doran says, how many sins are you allowed? So on Slimming World you can have anything up to 15 sins a day, which is like the normal thing. So yeah. Rachel B, who are your favourite Instagrammers? I have loads. Oh God, put me on the spot. Paula, I'm gonna put their names here so you can follow them. Paula, Emma, which is MSW, something like that. Katie Binks, definitely, she's amazing. Hazel, Kaylee, Sarah, my little princess friends. Obviously Kaylee, SW Kales, put her name, yep, she's amazing. Sarah Fagan is brilliant, and she's now on YouTube, and I didn't know her on, she was a follower on Instagram, but I didn't really know much about her until she came onto YouTube, and she's fab, so she's lovely. I'm really, really sorry, there are so many, I literally would be here all day if I told you all of them. But there are some amazing people like Talika Boy, Makeup Queen. I'm trying to get all of them out. There are so many. I'll just put loads and loads of names here so you can find these wonderful people. Last question, Hayley J. Do you wish you had started toning exercising at the start of your journey, and would you recommend doing so? I didn't, and I wish that I had. I really, really do wish that I had. But what can you do? If I was to recommend it, I would say 100% do it. Don't think twice about it. I'm going to do my best to work with what I've got. There's nothing I can do about that now. I've just realised that I actually I left a question out, and I'm glad I did, because it was my favourite question, which is from Whitney on Instagram. She said to me, what has been your best moment since losing all the weight? If you could do it all over again, what would you do differently, if anything? I wouldn't do anything differently. I honestly wouldn't. It's been such an amazing journey, and I'm so proud of what I have achieved so far. I honestly wouldn't have changed a single moment of it. My best moment was one of them was Thorpe Park, when I finally got to go on that ride, because the moment when I went to Colossus and I was too big for the ride was probably something that will stick with me till the day I die. It was mortifying, and so to go back 5 stone lighter and be able to go on the ride was amazing. I'd say my highlight as well has definitely been my sort of social media journey, and sort of the followers that I've gained on Instagram and YouTube, and the support network that I've created has definitely been amazing and such a highlight for me. And it's just ever growing every single day. It hasn't stopped. It's just mental. And also being able to shop in sort of normal women's clothing shops, and not have to go to the plus size section is definitely really, really amazing. and I feel so normal, and yeah, that's definitely also a highlight. So I'm going to stop because I don't know how long these videos are allowed to be on YouTube, and it's nearly 25 minutes. So I really hope this has been helpful. Please leave me your comments, give me a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you haven't done already, and take care of yourself. Love you all lots, and thank you so much for all your questions. Bye.